1.8 Voyaging Towards Excellence. Voyaging Towards Excellence. I had a very simple upbringing. We were a lower middle class family. Our 300 square feet house did not even have basic amenities such as a fan, a refrigerator, a geyser, a dining table, or a gas stove. Leave alone an air conditioner or a car. It was only when I entered the college that I got a watch and we got a dining table and a gas stove at home. Nevertheless, culturally, I had a rich childhood. Poets like Vinda Karindikar, Mangesh Padgaonkar, and Vasant Bapat used to visit our home, and for hours I could listen to the discussions about poetry and literature, Marathi and English. They used to talk about Keshav Sut, Mardekar, Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and Thomas Hardy. I did not fully understand their discussions in depth, but I was immensely impressed. We also were lucky to have Pandit Kumar Gandharv, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, and Pandit Jasraj visit our place and talk about Indian music till late night or sometimes dawn. This is how and why I developed my interest in literature and music during my school days. I did not, and even today, I don't understand the grammar of music, but I began to love it tremendously since then. Most of the times, the topics of discussion at our home were about music, literature, paintings, sculptures, etc. I could listen to the discussions about Van Gogh, Mozart, and Michelangelo, etc. It was because of such a milieu around me that I had a firm belief, which I still hold, that all arts are equally, if not more important in our lives than science or technology. I had learned from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. It is necessary, but if at all there is something which enriches our lives and puts meaning to our existence, it is the arts, music, and literature. This is not to say that I did not like science or mathematics. In fact, I love these subjects. However, I did not study them only for scoring maximum marks in the examinations. I used to study these subjects, or any subject for that matter, for its inherent beauty. I found Newton's law of motion beautiful and Pythagorean theorem elegant. I loved solving problems of physics and mathematics of the ninth standard when I was in the seventh, not to show off, but just because I used to get involved in solving them. I used to love problem solving and used to enjoy finding out the most elegant method of solving them. Obviously, these problems were not a part of the curriculum, but I enjoyed the whole process. This attitude of looking beyond marks or examinations and to seek joy in solving any challenging problem helped me to develop a problem solving attitude, which came handy when I appeared for my IIT entrance Z, because this exam is completely based on your problem solving ability and the ability to think not only logically but quickly and rapidly. I scored 100% marks in mathematics in almost all the examinations that I appeared for from my first standard until IIT, bearing only a few times. I stood 16th in the SSC board at that time. This examination was for the whole of Maharashtra, including Nagpur, and I stood first in the university in all subjects put together. Those days, you could get an admission into IIT without the entrance. Z. If you had secured the first rank in the university. Therefore, I did not have to appear for the entrance test to get the admission into the IIT, but nobody in Solapur told me about it, for I doubt if anybody in Solapur even knew about this rule. Therefore, I appeared for the entrance examination and I secured a very good rank in the same. I was quite happy getting into IIT, but my joy was short lived. At Solapur, I had not even any building which was more than 3 storied. Mumbai, however, was full of skyscrapers. At IIT, most of the students and professors used to converse in English, whereas my English was very poor. I had my entire education in Marathi. My spoken English was quite pathetic. Not only did I have a very weak vocabulary, but my pronunciation also was terrible, and my construction of English sentences very awkward to say the least. Due to all this, I was feeling quite lonely and terrified in Mumbai in general and IIT in particular. I had developed an inferiority complex and wanted to run from away from IIT and even Mumbai. One day I was sitting at my mess table in the hostel sipping tea when a senior guy came and sat on the chair adjacent to me. He was a convent educated guy with fairly sophisticated English, at least spoken or colloquial English. He was a bit arrogant and wanted to pull my leg. He tried to engage in some conversation with me and started pointing out errors in just about every sentence or everything that I said. After about 5 minutes, he walked away after insulting me. I felt extremely humiliated and upset. As it is, I was feeling quite depressed and diffident, and this incident was the last straw. I was almost broken. I felt out of the place there and literally wanted to run away to Shulapur that very moment. However, it was only my self esteem which stopped me. Suddenly, a feeling of determination and strength came over me and gripped me. Despite hailing from Solapur, if I could be a rank holder in the school, college, and IIT with many awards in mathematics, there must be something right with me. Why should I give up? And that too for a silly and small thing like English? I was not to give up anymore, and I was determined to fight back. As I climbed the stairs of my hostel room, my plan was ready in my mind. Normally, most of us who are educated in vernacular languages such as Marathi think in Marathi before speaking in English, translate it in English, and then somehow try to speak out these translated English sentences in an extremely awkward fashion. I had decided that I would do nothing of this sort. I wanted to achieve excellence. This urge to excel in anything that you try to do has been with me since the childhood. Whether I would succeed in this or not, I always set my aims high. In this case, too, I wanted to speak excellent, elegant, and fluent English. The first thing I did was to start reading English newspapers and English novels. I studied etymology, and during that period, I had to give several presentations or negotiate many contracts with the CEOs, directors, or VPs in the US. CEOs, directors, or VPs in the US, UK, or Australia. I was absolutely at ease at that time. It is only due to the efforts at IIT that I could sign contracts worth millions of dollars worldwide and also run large global software companies. At IIT, I got fairly good marks in my first 2 years. However, a very important thing happened while I was in my third year. I came in contact with about 15 to 20 extremely brilliant students, researchers, professors from IIT, ITFR, and BRC. They included top ranking students from IIT, visiting professors in American universities, and very renowned mathematicians in the world, and so on. I was instantaneously attracted to this group. This friendship had a lasting impact on my life. Until that time, I used to consider myself somewhat intelligent. However, after I met my friends in our group, I came to know what real brilliance meant, and I realized where I stood. I was actually also very lucky that I came in contact with great people on the global scale early in my life. Later in my life, when Mr. Narayan Murthy left Patni to start Infosys, I started heading Patni's software division, occupying the same chair. My head office was in Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA, very near Boston. It was, in fact, the adjacent building of MIT in America. I had to visit the US every few months in those days. I used to visit MIT during lunchtime to meet my friends. There, one could see a couple of Nobel laureates at the dining table. If you walked for an hour from there, you could reach Howard Square near Howard University. I used to visit both of these universities and could talk to a number of Nobel laureates. During these years, I traveled a lot to US, Europe, Japan, and Australia, and could meet a number of great thinkers and management gurus such as Alvin Toffler, Peter Drucker, C.K. Prahlad, Tom Peters, or great technologists such as Vincent Cerf, who designed TCP/IP, which is the basic protocol of internet. All these discussions with these greats broadened my horizon, and my aims and worldwide became global. It taught me humility and made me realize that I had to achieve a lot in life. The lesson in humility and hard work, as well as passion for excellence, was going to play a very important and vital role in my life. Students, if you like the video, Do hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon for further notifications.